Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dokkan Battle video. And today we are going to preview part 2 of the 6-year anniversary. There isn't as much content in part 2 as part 1, but there is some really good content in here, right? And this is a 3-part campaign, so I will have another video coming out when we're getting closer to part 3 starting. That'll entail what's in there as well, right? So in part 2, there's just going to be new missions. You can earn more tickets, more 6-year medals, things like that. So it's basically just like a renewal of those missions. So just when the new missions come up, look at them and try to get as many done as you can. A lot of good rewards to get there, right? Then the story events are getting updated that were released in part 1. Now in part 1, I talked about this event here, and there's a couple of free-to-play units. I think I said Gohan and Piccolo because they were on the banner, but they're not actually the free-to-play units. They're actually summonable. The free-to-play units are, it was a Master Roshi with Tien, and it's a Krillin in 18 card. The Roshi and Tien are actually really good. The Krillin in 18, I would say, are just okay. So what happened is in part 1, you could just get the units at SSR and then build them up. In part 2 here, you're going to be able to actually awaken them to TUR. And then for the Master Roshi in part 1, you should have been able to get him to TUR. In part 2, you're going to be able to get him to LR. And then what's going to happen in part 3 is all of these units are going to EZA in part 3. And they're going to all become really good. The biggest thing in part 2, in my opinion, is Int UI Goku getting his EZA. This, when it came out on JP, was an absolute shocker. Like, nobody was expecting this. And he's absolutely fantastic. So if you got him, make sure you get that EZA done. They're adding 4 more stages of the God event. So what it is there's 4 stages added in each part. So in part 1, we got 4 stages. And now in part 2, we're going to get 4. And then there should be like 4 more in part 3. There's going to be a new Infinite Dragon Ball history coming out, which is always awesome. This, I would say, is another really big part of this section, because Infinite Dragon Ball history is one of the more fun events to do. It's one of the more challenging events to do. And then there will also be missions tied to this to earn more Dragon Stones. So that's really good as well. Then there's going to be more co-op missions. So this is going to be very similar to the Ribrianne co-op missions we saw in part 1. For these co-op missions, it's basically just going to be completing stages with at least 3 reps of Universe 7 on your team. So just as long as you're playing the game, just try to use reps of Universe 7 or use teams that have at least 3 characters from that category on it. And then you'll help work towards completing these missions. And you'll see here all the rewards are listed right here. Pretty much the exact same rewards as in part 1. So basically, they're just renewing the co-op missions. They're just adding a different spin on it, giving you rewards. Then there's going to be a top legendary summon. This is going to be for the LR. There's a LR like Universe 7 team, which it's an Android 17 is what you're pulling. And then it's basically like a Reps of Universe 7 team card. And then the other one is a 17 and Frieza card. Honestly, neither of these are really worth pulling for. It's not that they're bad units. They're both really good. But for the teams they're on, the teams are so stacked, you don't really need these guys. You're going to be able to build those teams really well without them. And a little bit of their passives can be kind of wonky here and there anyway. So these just are not units worth going in on. If you get more Dragon Stones, just keep pouring them into UI Goku and Vegeta. If you haven't rainbowed them, just keep pouring them in. Or if you're like absolutely done with those banners, then still don't summon on this. Like, save your stones, because like really soon after the anniversary, like in the fall, we're going to be getting the download celebration, or it's called the join celebration, which is going to be ridiculously hype. It's going to be anniversary level. So my recommendation is once you're done summoning for UI Goku and Vegeta, you just hold on to your stones and wait for that download celebration, and then go ham on those banners again. Because if you watch my beginner videos, like one of my strategies I try telling you guys, like as a free-to-play player or as like a newer player, you should try, like, if you want to get the most out of your stones, you only summon like 2 to 3 times a year. And 2 of the times I mentioned were anniversary and download celebration. Those are the 2 best times to summon. And then like Christmas and New Year's, there's some good opportunities to summon as well. If you want to get the most out of your stones. Obviously, it's not as fun to not summon all year, so I know it's really hard to resist. I don't wait around. Like, I do summon. Like, for example, after the anniversary, Videl comes out. And I'm going to summon for her just because I really like her, and she's really good unit. But for like your average like free-to-play player, she's not the type of unit you'd want to go in on, just because she's very limited on the team she can use, that she can be on. She's just not worth going in for the average player. But if you're someone that likes to spend money a little bit and you don't mind buying more stones, then yeah, go for Videl. She's awesome. Then there's going to be another super sale, and it looks like there might be another purple stone that you can pick up. And this one actually, yes. So with the purple stone, I believe how this is going to work is you can purchase this pack up to 3 times and get 3 purple stones. So with a purple stone, you can get a Dokkan Fest exclusive. But if you like spend all 3 stones on one purchase, you can get like an LR that's comboed with some units. We'll have to wait and see what's in there because they might actually change it compared to JP. The last time they did these like triple purple stone things, they actually did change up the units a little bit. So I can't really give recommendations right now. But the thing is we have a little bit of advantage over JP on this because most of the LRs in there like just aren't good because they're older 90% LRs. But the thing is when this came out for JP, we had no idea they were going to EZA those LRs. And now that they have and how amazing they are, this is really great foresight for us on global because let's say you don't have the physical 90% Trunks and you really want him. He's not that good right now, but he's going to be a god when he gets his EZA. Look what they did to STR Broly. Or like maybe you don't have STR Broly, or maybe yours is at like 90% and you really want to rainbow him. You should be able to pick up STR Broly with this, and he's like legitimately like one of the best units in the entire game. So like, if you're willing to spend money and you don't have STR Broly, I would say pick up 3 of these packs and then buy that Broly. That would be really good use of your stones there. So once again, it's going to be up to you, but we'll check it out once we get closer and know what's actually in there. I may potentially, like once it actually drops, I might do like a video like going through it and giving suggestions as to what you should get with that. And that's basically it for part 2. So anyways, guys, I hope you're enjoying the anniversary. It's like the best time of the year. It's so hype. It's so fantastic. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch y'all on the next one.